He hits both righties and lefties. First offering misses the mark. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Puts the squeeze on it, and that is the third out of the inning. And now the first baseman, Josh Ockamy.
Batting third, the first baseman, Josh Ockamy.
Out to short. Gonzalez handles the chance. Tosses to first. That's the third out. And the batter will be the shortstop, Drew Maggi.
Batting fifth, the shortstop, Drew.
Out to short.
Maggi.
Throw to first is in time. Play is made, 2 out.
Well, off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
On the ground to third. Zips it to first. Out number 3. Stepping in, the long ball threat, number 10. This guy makes great contact. One of the best in the game at putting bat on ball.
He's got such quick hands, and he's gaining pitch recognition. That keeps him square to the plate. There's a good chance that his bat stays in the zone a long time, and that produces solid contact consistently.
And a base hit. Lamar headed for the plate. The throw in. The tag out.
You're out.
But they do get a run. Back here at the ballpark, here's the center fielder, number 9. The Fightin' Phils in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
On the ground. Gathers and throws to first. Leadoff man retires. And here's the first baseman, Josh Ockamy. And he deals. Puts a bunt down, right side. Close play, but in there. To the right side. It's in and out of his glove. But they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. So 2 down. Wendell Rijo, the next to hit.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Wendell Rijo.
Swing and a slow roller. The throw to first. That ends the frame. Next is the speedy first baseman, number 10. Well, in their win last game, this guy came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Right past his coach, headed for the plate. The tag, and he's in there.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch.
Welcome back. Here's the second baseman, Daniel Brito.
For the Fightin' Phils, the second baseman, Daniel Brito.
On the ground to third. To first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the at the plate. Josh Ockamy.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Up the middle. Throws to first. 2 out. Drew Maggi now at the plate. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center. They stopped the lead runner at second. Now it's the DH, Wendell Rijo.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
One down, base is empty. To the right side. And that one handled. On to first. There to beat him by an eyelash. Digging in, Ali Castillo.
No matter what, you're playing this kind of rival, take your game to another level.
Castillo.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over.
And welcome back. Here's a big power threat. Number 10.
Off for Somerset, the first baseman.
The pitch.
Number 10.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. He'll circle the bases. Third home run of the season. Back here at the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Drew Maggi. Bounce to the right side. Whips it to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. Now it's going to be Logan O'Hoppe. The pitch. Right side, hard hit. And that's a fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. Here comes the throw. Safe. He beats it. And the batter now, Wendell Rijo. And there's no doubt that they'll feed off the energy from this crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, I'd say the intensity level has gone up a few notches for sure.
This to third. Fires over to first. 2 away.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right.
Here's some real power at the plate. Number 10. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Swung on, belted. That's back there. Gone. His 4th home run of the season. And they tack on to their lead.
Oh, this is a nice sweep. Good way to finish this series. You're heading to another city for another one. Got to maintain the same focus. Whatever you were doing in this city, make sure you're doing the same thing in the next one. Eat the same thing, sleep the same way, get to the ballpark at the same time.
And our final here today, 8-4. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
A double-A hitting coach touches base with a new arrival to the team.
Improving your reaction time in the field can take you from defensive liability to game changer. 2008 Gold Glove Award winner Carlos Pena joins me. Carlos, what are some ways to improve your reaction time in the field and up your defensive game?
You know, there's a big misconception. You know, people talk about, hey, fielding is all about having great hands, but it starts at your feet. It's footwork. So how do you improve that footwork? That first step is you always have to be in motion. So get going towards the pitch, towards the plate, expecting a play. You're going to be quicker. You're going to have a quick first step, but you always have to be in motion.
One gone, runner at first. And now, number 10.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 10.
And there's something you don't see very much in today's game, the pitch out. And the 1-0. And now this one's a rocket to right. Way back there. Gone. Home run number 5 on the season, and they grab the lead. It's 2-0.
When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Here's the third baseman, Colt Keith.
Batting sixth, the third baseman, Colt Keith.
The wind of the pitch. On the ground to the left. Vargas collects. Throws across the diamond. 2 down. Now it's the power speed combo. Number 10.
The batter, number 10.
And first off. Spring is fouled off. Number 9 at second. Number 90 over at first with 1 away. Base hit center field. The run comes in from second, and they're up by 3.
Picks himself up an RBI. That's about as textbook as it gets.
Base is empty, 1 away. And now the shortstop, Ryan Kreidler.
The shortstop,
And the righty deals.
Kreidler.
Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Sends it to first, and there's 2 down. Pretty good job on the mound in this one, Singy. It feels like we've seen a lot of off-balance swings.
Yeah, just one free pass, and obviously he's not a big strikeout guy, but he gets soft contact and he gets outs.
And that one hit to first. Takes it himself, and that's the 3rd out. Man in scoring position with 2 away. Now, number 10.
Batter, number 10.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit.
Now this ball is down and could score a run. Here's the throw to the plate, but it's offline. And they're pulling away up by 7 now. It's a double. 3rd hit of the night for him.
Well done. Drives in the run.
So digging in, Jose De La Cruz.
Now batting, the center fielder, Jose De La Cruz.
And he grounds one to the right side. And that chance handled. In plenty of time to first, and that's an out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball.
And here's the catcher, Chris Rabago. He's 0 for 1. And a pitch. That's to third. And that one handled. Over to first. And that is that. And now it's going to be number 10.
Now batting, number 10.
And the first pitch misses for ball one. The 1-0. That's hard hit on the line. And that ends the inning. Welcome back. Stepping in, Jose De La Cruz.
Leading off for Erie, the center fielder, number 24, Jose De La Cruz.
Out to short. Slings it across. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. Next is the designated hitter, Daniel Cabrera.
The batter, number 6, designated hitter, Daniel Cabrera.
One down, base is empty. Swing and a ground ball out to short. And he can't come up with it. He doesn't have a throw, and he's on at first. Wenzel Perez digs in now.
The batter,
Packard, the base runner at first with one out.
Wenzel Perez.
And a sac bunt here. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Guys start hitting up and down the lineup.
He's starting to draw some eyes, and for good reason. He has been lighting it up at the plate and playing well in the field to boot. I've got Mike Lowell with me today. Mike, what are you seeing from him that's leading to this late success?
Well, I've been very impressed. I look at him and I see an absolute plan at the plate. That tells me that he's putting in a lot of work in between games, maybe even in between at bat.
A player new to his AA squad gets a tip from one of his coaches.
In the professional ranks, players have to develop not just on the field, but in the weight room as well. Minor league manager Ray. For so many prospects, they come in and they have areas of their game that need significant.
Jeez, he gets a couple of hits in a minor league game and you guys got him out to be the next Joe DiMaggio. I mean...
Joe, during a season, you're going to see your fair share of struggles at the plate at some point or another. How do you work yourself out of it? How do you use the count to set yourself up in a favorable situation?
Well, it's tough times when it goes like this, but it happens, and it happens to the best of us.
A coach approaches a player with a thought about his progress.
We hear all the time from people around the game that AA is where you start to see the breaking balls that are really set apart from what you've seen before.
A fast-developing young player has gotten the attention of the higher-ups in management. Prospects may not realize how closely they are being watched, and by other organizations as well as their own.
He is showing off an improved power stroke at the plate, really starting to knock the ball out of the yard with greater freedom.
A manager draws attention to a telling defensive stat.
We're checking in on one of my diamond-in-the-rough prospects, currently paying his dues in the minor leagues, and today I'm joined by former MVP, 3-time batting champion.
Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill set.
As hitters make their way through the minors up the professional ladder, being able to recognize pitches becomes more and more important to your success as a hitter. And who's better qualified to talk about that than Sean Casey?
Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. An agent needs to check in from time to time. A savvy agent will... But the measure of a good agent is how well he can turn.
For so many players from Latin American countries in particular who sign as international free agents or even through the draft, their transition to affiliated...
Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets.
Baseball players are notoriously a superstitious crowd. Kellen Lee with me. Kellen, we've talked before about normalizing routine. He has been on a hot streak lately, really impressing the organization. I'm joined by mental performance coach.
Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets.
One of the phrases that you hear around the game is try easier. Don't grip it so tight. Some players, when they're going through it like this, they tense up, and that leads to further struggles. But if you're able to loosen up a little bit and just return to the same things you've done 1,000 times before.
A Double-A manager has called one of his young players in for a quick word. Within 48 hours.
Exciting times as one of my diamond in the rough players gets the call up to Triple-A. And of course,
Did I hear this right? Triple-A? One step from the big leagues? Really? Because he had a nice month in...
Inferences drawn from season statistics can sometimes illuminate potential areas.
When players start producing, especially early in their career, fans can't help but compare them to MLB stars. Hitting the ball to the opposite field is something that coaches will stress at every level of the game, from T-ball on up.
Clutch hitting has not been a strength for this team, and their manager lets them know it. Sometimes dreams do come true. This player is about to get the chance to see if
he has made it to the show, and maybe it's a little bit earlier than anticipated.
And it's got to be so exciting for him, as it is for every young player who gets the call for that very first time. Case, you've been there. You know what it's like. What is your memory?
A rookie major leaguer gets a small taste of the national media spotlight.
He must be fired up. It's his first appearance in argue.
A coach draws a player's attention to a recent trend in his numbers. A newcomer to the big leagues is interviewed about a milestone moment in his young career.
Oh, it's his first home run in the big leagues, and any guy will tell you it's a moment they never forget. Ken Griffey Jr. hit 630 of them over his Hall of Fame career. No big deal. He joins us now. Ken, what's this moment like for him?
It's unbelievable.
Well, we spoke earlier with Kellen Lee, mental performance coach, about superstitions in baseball, and now let's get a player perspective on it. Joe Mauer, the former American League MVP. Joe, we know a variety of things can contribute to a player's success at any level of baseball. But what about channeling emotions? We've got mental performance coach Kellen Lee with us. Kellen, how do you help a player channel their emotions to be more effective on the field?
A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season.
The phrase "well played, Mauer" from the advertising campaigns for MLB The Show has gone down in history with the fans of the game as one of the most beloved phrases associated with it. How
a rookie has a lot of expectations on them, and a lot of that comes from how they...
With the season's outcome coming down to a final series, a manager chooses his words carefully. Entering the last series of the season, this team's situation is precarious, but not without hope.
Joe, I remember back when you first burst on the scene, you dealt with the pressure, the burden of expectation, right, of being the first overall pick. Did you feel that more in your first big league game or your first postseason game?
Well, they're very similar feelings. You know, your first big league game and then your first postseason game. When you get to the postseason, even if you're a 5-6 year veteran, it feels like a new season. It feels like almost a different game. And those are the feelings as a competitor, as a big league player that you look for and you want to be a part of. So congratulations, have fun, and it goes fast.
Check-in call from a representative. New to the majors, this player's offered schooling on the structure of his contract. The agent moves on from that topic. A stripling major leaguer is challenged to make spring training count.
Cliff, what adjustments should a young hitter be making now that he's facing major league level pitching?
Well, yeah, the one thing you have to do is know your strengths. And once you know your strengths, you can adjust to anything.
He's been on a great run lately. There is no doubt about it. And he has created a lot of buzz as a possible rising star, both with the glove and the bat. Our former World Series MVP, Mike Lowell, joins us now. Mike, what are you seeing from him?
Well, I've been very impressed so far. You know, I see...
A manager checks in with his ball club.
Case, if I can, I want to follow up on one of the most exciting young players in the league. He's on a good run. What are you seeing lately?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I'm seeing is confidence. You know, this guy has developed the correct way, and he's up there, and he's playing at a high level. He's got big-time confidence, mental toughness, too. You don't get to that level without being mentally...
A coach draws a player's attention to an area of possible development.
All right, I admit it. All right, he's going to make it here. I mean, you know, listen, he's not Harmon Killebrew, but he's going to make it. I'll give you that. I was wrong. I thought we were...
A manager checks in with his ball club.
This is early in his career, and he's lighting it up. He's causing waves around the game. We're thrilled to be joined by Hall of Fame outfielder Ken Griffey Jr.
A dominating hitter gets a call from his representative. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways.
Jonathan Mayo, what is it about young players excelling that just captures the imagination?
I think because for most of us mere mortals, when we were that age, we were barely, chewing gum and walking at the same.
Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and...
Ken, we've seen how the fans are taking to this young star. What about the veteran players around him? I'm so curious. How do they react to a rising star in their midst? What's the vibe around him in the cage during batting practice?
Well, the vibe is that everybody wants to see this young man hit.
A hitter who's been whiffing a lot is coached to return to his...
Hey, you don't get him right all the time. All right, we found Lou Gehrig. What can I tell you? Look at that. The guy's a heck of a player. Much better than I thought. I saw him flailing away at curveballs in the minor leagues. I thought...
Carlos.
A manager checks in with his ball club. A major league skipper acknowledges a young player who's been greatly... An MLB franchise is wise to recognize the obvious. Young players are the future of the game.
Welcome to the Home Run Derby. 8 hitters will battle head-to-head in a single elimination bracket. In each round, let's get right to it. It's time for the Home Run Derby. Up first in this head-to-head matchup, representing the St. Louis Cardinals, number 28, Nolan Arenado. Ladies and gentlemen, your Home Run Derby champion, Fernando Tatis.
He's been selected for his first home run derby. For more, let's bring in MLB Network insider John Paul Morosi. JP, what makes the home run derby so special, and why is it such a big part of All-Star Week festivities?
I love the home run derby because it's given us so many great moments. Wow.
A player receives an unexpected call. It's his former high school coach. Most high achievers have, in their past, an important someone who first believed in them. A coach draws a player's attention to an area of possible development.
Look, there are stars, and then there are superstars. And I'm talking with a man that falls in that latter category. Ken Griffey Jr. joins us now.
This manager appeals to his hitters to be more discerning at the plate. A hitter who has been whiffing a lot is coached to return to his fundamentals.
September 9th is a special day across Major League Baseball when we celebrate the life and career of the great Roberto Clemente. Al Leiter is here, and Al...
A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. An early winter check-in. This representative wants his client well informed. New to the majors, this player is offered schooling on the structure of his contract. The agent moves on from that topic. Spring training has come again, and major leaguers begin the process of readying themselves for the challenges of another long season. A manager checks in with his ball club. A coach draws a player's attention to an area of possible development.
Carlos, you once recommended to me that I stay away from negative terms like slumps, so I'm going to try to use what was...
A manager checks in with his ball club. A red-hot slugger gets a call from his agent. The player expresses interest in going elsewhere. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. The player receives an update from his representative. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets.
Most rookies at the major league level do struggle a bit at some point, and he's in a bit of a skid right now. Al Leiter is with me today. Al, when you had struggles early on...
Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets.
Welcome to the Home Run Derby. 8 hitters will bat. Let's get right to it. It's time for the Home Run Derby. Hitting second, a challenger representing the New York Yankees, number 19. That's gone off the gate. That one is gone. His second home run. That's 3 in a row now. Another home run. That's a home run. His 5th in the round. 3 minutes to go. His 3rd in a row. There's number 7. That one's out of here. Onto the grass area. Make it 9 home runs. See you later. All the way to Utah Street. That's number 4 in a row. It's gone. Home run number 12. No doubt about that one. His third consecutive home run. Just 1 minute remaining. Out of here. That's his 15th home run. Out of here. 30 seconds left. And there's another one. No doubt about this one. His 17th. There's number 18. That's gone. Home run number 19. And no time remaining. That will do it. He finishes with a total of 19 home runs. And that won't be enough to advance. Unfortunately, he has been eliminated. Ladies and gentlemen, your Home Run Derby champion, Juan Soto.
He did it. Made his first All-Star team. Congratulations. Six-time All-Star. Joe Mauer, what do you remember most about those games?
You know, I was, like you said, fortunate to play in a few All-Star games, and it's an exciting time. I think the biggest thing that sticks out to me is just being in that clubhouse.
Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets.
Mike, we know it. Failure's a part of this.
A coach hopes to help his player get more out of his plate appearances. A manager challenges his hitters to step up their game. A coach draws a player's attention to an area of possible development. A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. early winter check-in. A previously discussed issue is taken up again. The player receives an update from his representative. With the arrival of another spring, teams gather to gear up for a brand new season. A manager checks in with his ball club. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. A player's agent calls to touch base. The player expresses interest in going elsewhere. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. The player receives an update from his representative. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets.
Welcome to the Home Run Derby. 8 hitters will battle head-to-head in a single elimination bracket. In each round, let's get right to it. It's time for the Home Run Derby. Now hitting. Gone. That's his first home run. Ladies and gentlemen, your Home Run Derby champion, Franmil Reyes.
Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve.
On the cusp of the postseason, and you know it, Ken, the atmosphere changes as you get closer and you get closer. What are the telltale signs of its approach?
You know, fans start coming out. They start wearing the colors.
Late in the season and way up in the race, a team is reminded not to take its eye off the ball.
He just hit home run number 47 on the season. And that is a big number for our next guest, Carlos Pena. Carlos, your career high for homers in a single season, 46, set back in 2007. When you're on a power surge like this, what are your teammates telling you?
Well, they look at you like you're from another planet, and I really enjoyed that feeling. I mean, they would look at me like, where did this power come from? It's like, well, man, you got to have strong...
Case, you always say it, playoff baseball is an animal, all its own. It's special, it's unique, and for some players, they'll never forget the sights and the sounds of the postseason. For someone experiencing it for the first time, what should they bear in mind?
Wow, I mean, it is special. I know for me, I didn't make the postseason until my 9th year in the big league, so I knew how special it was. I was holding on to absolutely every moment I could be there. And I remember Justin Verlander was a rookie in 2006, and it was my first time in the postseason, right? And I you know, I just wanted to win that first series against the Yankees. But I remember pulling Verlander aside and said, "Hey, man, take it all in. Take it all. This is my 9th year in the big leagues. This is your first. You may never be back here again. You just don't know in this game. So many things have to happen right to get to the postseason." So, you know, for players that get in and players that get to the postseason, I always say cherish these moments. Like, you just don't know when you'll be back again. And I know for me, you know, winning the division series, the championship series, and getting to the World Series with the Tigers in 2006, those are the great...
A check-in call from a representative. A grievance previously issued is readdressed. A representative calls with big news for his client. And, just like that, the course of a career changes.
One of my favorite young prospects has just been moved to a new franchise, a new organization in a trade. Carlos Pena, you dealt with this in your career. What was it like for you the first couple times that you got traded?
Oh, yes. I got traded twice in my early career when I was a prospect and even when I broke it.
Spring training is about knocking off the rust and getting ready to once again chase a title. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. A player's agent calls to touch base. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets.
Welcome to the Home Run Derby. 8 hitters will battle head-to-head in a single elimination bracket. In each round, the contestants will be given 4 minutes to hit as many home runs as possible. If a contestant hits 2 home runs 440 feet or further, let's get right to it. It's time for the Home Run Derby. Hitting first, representing the Toronto Blue Jays, number 13, Joey Gallo. The clock is running and the round has begun. And now, the challenger, representing the Washington Nationals, number 10. Another home run. A hat trick. 3 in a row. Out of here. That's his 4th home run. 3 minutes to go. Another home run. That one's out of here, off the batter's eye. hit the batter's eye. That's gone. Home run number 8. Two minutes remaining. Make it 9 home runs. That is out of here. That one's out of here. Now 11 home runs for him. That's 3 in a row now. Number 4 in a row. Seconds left. And there it is, his 14th home run. Out of here. That's his 50th home run. His 3rd in a row. And that ends the round. He finishes with a total of 16 home runs. And he has earned a trip to the semifinal matchup. The clock is running, and the round has begun. Now hitting, representing the Minnesota Twins, number 4. That one's out of here, off the batter's eye. That one is gone, his 2nd home run. Gone. That hit the batter's eye. 4 in a row now. That is now 5 in a row. 3 minutes to go. 6 consecutive home runs. Make it 7 in a row now. Keep it going, fans. That's now 8 in a row. That's 9 straight home runs. Two minutes remaining. There's number 10. Another home run. It's gone. Home run number 12. That one is out of here. His 13th home run. And that one's gone. Into the 2nd deck. That's number 4 in a row. 5 straight home runs. And there's another one. No doubt about this one. His 17th. And no time remaining. That will do it. He finishes with an astounding 18 home runs. And he will have to wait to see if that's enough. The clock is running, and the round has begun. Ladies and gentlemen, your Home Run Derby champion, Pete Alonso.
Mm-hmm.
Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season. An early winter check-in. Spring training has come again, and major leaguers begin the process of readying themselves for the challenges of another long season. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. A red-hot slugger gets a call from his agent. The player expresses interest in going elsewhere. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. A representative calls with big news for his client. And just like that, the course of a career changes. A happy manager welcomes a prize acquisition to the club. He does, and with that, this all-star will now take the field for the first time with his new team, to their fans' delight. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets.
He's facing the team that originally drafted.
Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season.
We are almost at the end. I mean, we're entering the final week of the season.
But not without hope.
We're closing in on the end of the regular season, and the postseason is right around the corner. But he's not been getting the results at the plate that he's accustomed to. JP Morosi is here. JP, what does he have to do to get back on track, especially when those October lights come up?
Well, there's so many different schools of thought on exactly how you get out of a slump. Do you work your way out of a slump? Do you have to relax your way out of a slump? The old saying from Joe Madden, try easier. Well, that may be what has to happen here. Try a little bit easier, because you're right. Sometimes with the playoffs bearing down on you, there's a little bit of anxiety. You try a little harder. As they say, squeezing the sawdust out of the bat because you want it so badly. That could be happening right now here in this case. So it's a matter of, I think, relaxing a little bit, being, as they say, selectively aggressive. That's one of the great phrases in baseball, to really find your pitch and crush it. Sometimes it's the old saying of being in between. That may be the case right now, where you're ahead of the breaking pitches and behind the fastball.
A check-in call from a representative. With the arrival of another spring, teams gather to gear up for a brand new season.
And now Franklin Labor. No outs, runners at first and second.
The right fielder, number 13, Franklin Labor.
Ground ball to the right side. Quick feed to second for one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. So 2 away with nobody on. In now for the Reds, number 36.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization, who's the best hitter in the lineup? They would say him.
Next pitch downstairs. 1-0. Fly ball down the line. Matos settles underneath it. And that is that. Here's Elliot Ramos. He reached on a walk his first time.
Now batting, the center fielder, Elliot Ramos.
And that chance handled. Gathers and throws to first. 1 out in the second.
Deceptive slider.
1 down. Now at the plate, JT Schwartz. Schwartz singled and scored his first time. The 1-2. Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4, 3. It's a double play. And that'll do it for the inning. Back here at Great American Ballpark, top half of the 3rd inning. Now it's the second baseman, Jalen Miller.
The second baseman, Jalen Miller.
Ripped to short. McLean gloves it. Tosses across to first. And a quick out, number 1. Man at first. Here's Will Wilson. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. And a pitch. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Fired to second, and that's 2. 2 outs, nobody on. And digging in for San Francisco, Elliot Ramos. He's 0 for 1. Rolled over to third. Urias picks it up. Fires across the diamond. And that will end the inning. And here's the first baseman, number 36.
Now batting, number 36.
Swing, and this is ripped down the right field line. Way back there. Out of here. He'll touch them all. And they close the gap. It's 7-2.
Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to.
And now the first baseman, number 36.
The batter, number 36.
Out towards right center field. Ramos gets under it. And puts the squeeze on that. 2 away now. Next to hit, Chris Mateo. And when you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list.
Mateo.
Bunts it in the air. makes the catch. One away. Now batting Michael Ciani. The 1-2. Grounder might be 2. To second, there's 1, but safe at first. It's a fielder's choice. Here's a big power threat. Number 36. This is a true 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him. And that one hammered back there. And it's gone. Home run. His second of the year, and they cut into the lead. It's 7-5.
Well, his first save of the season is in the books, and that was a nice job of him coming in the game and closing it out. He's off and running now.
A 7-5 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
No errors. They left 14 men on base. For the Reds, 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. They left 4 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 24 minutes. Our paid attendance at Great American Ballpark this afternoon, 42,319. The Reds thank you for attending and remind you to please drive home safely.
The batter now, Luis Matos.
Batting second, the designated hitter, Luis Matos.
Bounce to the left side. Gets it to first. He's out. Here's a cleanup hitter for the Giants, Franklin Labor, a guy who makes an impact not just at the plate but also in the field. At the belt and fires. On the ground to short. McLean handles. They take the force out, and the inning is over. Man at first with 1 gone. Number 36 getting ready to hit.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 36.
Chop to the right side. Off balance feed. There's 1. Back to first. Not in time. Here's Elliot Ramos.
Now batting, the center field.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
On the ground right side. Rivas collects it to first, and there's 2 away.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Back here in Cincinnati as we go to the last of the third. Now here is number 36. Hit hard, base hit. Now he turns and heads for second. Not stopping. He's going for three. Miller relay to third. In there safely.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Nice job.
As we go to the top of the fourth. And digging in for San Francisco, J.T. Schwartz.
The first baseman, J.T.
Bounce to third. Urias picks it up. Fires over to first. That's the first out in the top of the fourth. And up next for the Giants, Chris Mateo. First and second, 2 down. Ground ball right side. They get the force. That's out number 3. Next for Cincinnati, number 36.
Now batting, number 36.
First offering misses the mark.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
Kicks and fires. And there's a fly ball deep right field. That's back there. Turning, looking, and that one is gone. It just got out of here. And they add a couple more. It's 7. And up next for San Francisco, Elliot Ramos.
The center fielder, Elliot Ramos.
Righty delivers. Oh, that ball got him pretty good out there on the mound. Abel to second, now to first, and it's a double play. Franklin Labor will hit next. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a ball popped up. That gets down for a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
With the way defenders track down.
And now it's Hunter Bishop. And the right-hander deals towards first. And that one handled. They limit the damage here. Number 36, the next to hit for the Reds.
The batter, number 36.
Here we go now. Let's go.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Well, hitter looked pretty comfortable on that swing. Pitchers don't like to see that. We'll see how he changes it up on this next pitch.
Next one misses, 1-1.
He's got one already tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he pops another one here.
Next offering misses. 2 balls and a strike. And a pitch. That one fouled off. 2-2. Next pitch is outside.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
3-2. Swings and pulls it foul to the right side. McLean, the runner at first with 2 gone. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That's back. That one is gone. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they back to the leadoff spot in the Giants lineup. Here's Will Wilson.
Number 2, shortstop, Will Wilson.
Here's a 2-2. Bounced out to short. McLean handles the chance. On to first. And that is that. Franklin Labor, the next Giant to hit. Good contact guy, good defender. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Hot shot to third. Can't glove it cleanly, but plenty of time to recover, and that's the second out. Number 36, the next to hit for the Reds. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. Oh, he gloves it. He's 2 outs away. JT Schwartz, the next Giant to hit.
First baseman, JT.
Out to short. McLean collects, sends it across to first, and they're down to their last out.
When you win by 7 runs, it's a real encouraging game all the way around. The hitters feel good about what they did in this one, but the pitchers also know that if they get into a little bit of a jam, they know the offense is very capable.
Luis Matos, the next Giant to hit. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. Kicks and deals. Popped up. And there's one down. Number 36, the next to hit for the Reds. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the...
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Hauls it in on the warning track. 1 out, base is empty. And here is Franklin Labor. 3 for 10 in the series so far. The wide to kick the pitch. And he hits a ground ball right side. And he takes it himself for the out. And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, number 36.
Now batting, number 36.
First pitch just misses. Is there a little wrinkle to that? I think there was.
Yeah. A little slider action.
And that one pulled foul. Nobody out. Runner at first. And a rope into center field, base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game. So,
number 36, the next to hit for the Reds.
Well, we knew he was going to be a stud just coming up, making his way through the minor leagues, and quickly at this level, an impact player.
And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. That's in there.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. But no chance to recover. He'll reach. So 2 down now. And here is number 36.
Now batting, number 36.
That one is absolutely belted. Up against the wall and makes the catch. And digging in for San Francisco, JT Schwartz. 1 for 3.
JT Schwartz.
Next pitch is popped up. Rivas drifts towards it. That one to first, and that squirts through. And that moves the go-ahead run to scoring position with 2 gone. 1 out, runner at second. Here's Elliot Ramos.
Listen, there's absolutely no reason to pitch to this guy right here. You nibble, you see if he'll expand his zone, but don't give him anything to hit. If you walk him, not a big deal. You have a double play opportunity set up.
Trying to move him over here. And they tag him out. So a runner at third, 2 men out. Franklin Labor now at the plate. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
Hit slowly on the ground. McLean handles. And he beats it. That's a hit. Great try there. So they're down to their final out. Number 36, the next to hit. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Just 1 out away. Try to close it out. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Strike 1.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
That one fouled off. 2-run game with 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Next one in the dirt.
He might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Ground ball up the middle. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Giants win the rubber match of this 3-game series.
This is a huge win to take this series on the road before heading back home. You go home feeling good about yourselves. You've got some good momentum. But at home, you also have a higher expectation to play well. So they're going to have to maintain the focus because those fans are expecting a lot.
And this one ends with a final score of 6-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB. Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here. This is another guy capable of hitting tape measure home runs. No score, just getting started, top of the first. And a base hit right there. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Really nice job, a two-strike hitting in that at-bat. We've all seen the defensive shift.
So one gone with a runner at third. Stepping in, the long ball threat, number 36. He's a left-handed batter who still comes up with good contact and a good average against left-handed pitchers. Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. An absolutely majestic shot. Just like that, they move in front. It's 2-0. And welcome back. Top of the second. So digging in now for San Diego. Ozzie Albies. Right-hander kicks, deals. Up the middle. Throws to first. And quickly one away in the second. James Wood, the next up for the Padres.
Boog, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. He saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the field.
Runner on at first with one gone. Number 36, the next to hit for the Reds. Hammered, base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
No, just a nice job coming through and a pretty high leverage.
Now it's Oscar Mercado.
Now batting, the left fielder,
And a ball and 2 strikes. Double play ball to second. Rivas over to second, and it's a double play. Number 36, the next to hit for the Reds.
Now batting, number 36.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Here's the left fielder, Oscar Mercado. He's 0 for 1.
The left fielder, Oscar Mercado.
The 2-1. On the ground, right side. The throw to first, and they got him. So the San Diego batting order turns over. Now it's the shortstop, C.J. Abrams. Hit weakly on the ground. Rivas picks it up, tosses to first, and that is that. This is Dylan Carlson. Good power, not great in the OBP department. Hard on the ground to first. Slides, but it gets by him. Cabrera fires it to the plate. Not in time. He scores. And they take a 2-run lead.
Got the job done to put him up by 2. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much.
In now for the Reds, number 36. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He is the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows.
That one ripped and brings it in at the wall.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to...
Next for the Padres, James Wood. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. On the ground, right side. Rivas picks it up. Third out. Here in the bottom of the 9th, 1 out. Here's some real power at the plate. Number 36. And first offering is fouled off. Line drive, base hit, right center field. Around first and hustling for second. It's a double, his 4th hit of the game.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. When you connect and it jumps off. Well, his first save of the season is in the books, and that was a nice job of him coming in the game and closing it out. He's off and running now.
Final score of 8-6 in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
8 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, and 11 runners left on base. For the Reds, 6 runs, 17 hits, no errors. They left 13 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 38 minutes.
This is Dylan Carlson. He's a guy, Chris, whose highlights include some of the best throws from the outfield that you will ever see. Definitely one of the best arms in the sport. Here's a tapper towards short. Tosses to first. 1 out in the top of the first. Next for Cincinnati, number 36.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
Foul ball there. Left-hand hitter waits. He swings and fouls one off. That one missed. To the right side. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And that is the inning. So the batting order turns over. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit.
I mean, these guys know they have to get going out of the gates, but you're not going to hear a skipper. You're not going to hear people really say that.
Well, with the shift on, hits right into it. Zips it across, and Albies is retired. And now Brett Beatty. This guy has turned into a beast.
Brett Beatty.
Hard hit left side. McLean handles the chance, and that'll do it.
Out.
One down. And here's the first baseman, number 36. This guy makes great contact. One of the best in the game at putting bat on ball.
He's got such quick hands, and he's gaining pitch recognition. That keeps him square to the plate, and there's a good chance that his bat stays in the zone a long time, and that produces solid contact consistently.
Let it fly. Let's go right here.
Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That one's got a chance. And gone. A towering shot to right. It's his 6th home run of the. Brett Beatty digs in now. No outs. Runner on second.
Brett Beatty.
On the ground right side. Rivas gloves it. Sends it to first. Now one gone in the top of the 6th.
Well, a well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
Here's Adley Rutschman, a guy who makes an impact not just at the plate but also in the field. Now a bunt towards third. Scoops it up barehanded. Off balance throw in time. And they get him trying to bunt for it. Back here at the ballpark. New inning getting started. Matt Theis comes up to hit here.
The first baseman, Matt Theis.
Out to short. McLean over to pick it up. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Welcome back. Now it's the power speed combo. Number 36. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. And first offering is fouled off. The wind of the pitch.
One ball, one strike.
Looking to get something going. This is the guy you want at the plate. He's been great for this team. He is a professional hitter.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Well, it looks like he just got out of himself a little bit right there. He's looking for a ball in, and to attack that pitch looked like a half-hearted swing.
Next pitch is popped up. Beatty under it. He makes the grab, and there's one away. Back here at Great American Ballpark, and here is Jake Cronenworth.
San Diego, the designated hitter, Jake Cronenworth.
The pitch. Tapped softly on the ground. That takes care of Cronenworth. 2 outs, runner at first. Next is the speedy. First baseman, number 36. There's a swing and a drive. And it's gone. He's done it again. His 2nd home run of the game, and they cut into the deficit. It's 6. We go to the 9th. Stepping in for San Diego. Matt Dice.
The first baseman, Matt Dice.
Bunting for a hit, first base side. And he handles it himself for the out. So now here's the DH, Jake Cronenworth.
Looking for some insurance, or as our friends down in the South would say,
insurance.
No matter how you say it, we know what you mean.
Right-handed reliever. Nice grab.
Wow, that was an awesome. Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
And this one. And our